Hello, my name is Eric Hayward, and this is my Communications 3325 persuasive speech on how installing solar panels can benefit either new or remodeled construction. So how many different items can you think of that will pay for themselves in a construction sense within 5 years? The short answer is probably not very many, but one of those items is actually installing solar panels on either a new building construction or on a remodeling effort for a current building you may have. Just why can we see such savings in a short period of time, in this case roughly 5 years? Well, first off, the solar panels reduce the building's temperature itself. Secondly, the solar panels generate electricity to be used within the building. And thirdly, there are different agencies which will actually give you tax incentives in order to install those solar panels. Between those three, it can easily pay for the panels within 5 years, and in many cases, in a shorter time period than that. So why can solar panels reduce the building's temperature? Well, because of the way that solar panels are designed, they essentially act as a second roof. And according to Investors Business Daily, this effect of having basically two roofs on the building itself can total approximately a 5-degree temperature difference in the building itself. This actually amounts to quite a reduction, particularly in your cooling bills in the south where solar panels are most useful in the first place. So next we can see that solar panels will actually be generating electricity for you, and thus will be saving you money in the long run. So according to Money Magazine, one German facility is actually producing approximately 85–90% of the electricity that is being used by that particular facility. In reality, this is fairly unusual, but it's still not that unusual to create a significant portion of the electric usage of your average office building. In a manufacturing facility where you're using quite a bit more electricity, it's not going to pay for everything, but it will still assist in offsetting the electric costs, thus saving you money. So why would we want to do this in Texas? Well, Texas being further south than Germany actually makes it quite a positive location to install solar panels. In fact, if we look at the Fort Carson Army Base in San Antonio, according to Waste Age, they installed a series of solar panels in a neighboring in a neighboring landfill in order to offset a lot of their energy costs. So if they can do it, pretty much anybody can do it. So thirdly, how can we see savings? As we can see from this chart, which is provided by the National Research Energy Laboratory, the southwestern portion of the United States is extremely agreeable to the usage of solar panels. That would be the red zone. Whereas the entire western portion of the United States, pretty much, as well as almost all of Texas and Florida, are still quite user-friendly for solar panels, which would be the yellow zone. And even the Northeast is still not defined as unfriendly for the usage of solar panels. So pretty much the entire United States can utilize solar panels for the most part and see a return on investment relatively quickly. So why can solar panels actually pay for themselves fairly quickly? Well, first off, as I stated, the solar panels are generating electricity, thus you're going to see reduced electric bills. And in some cases, these savings can be as much as $3,000 or more. In fact, according to the National Research Institute, the Genetec facility that I mentioned earlier in Germany is actually saving approximately $4,000 every month in their facility. It would all depend on exactly the size of the array that you install, but still the array itself is going to be covered fairly quickly just by its sheer usage. So what other ways can we see reductions? Well, governmental agencies are giving incentives in order to install these panels. According to Money Magazine, the federal government has got tax incentives in order to install solar panels in almost anywhere. Also, some state and local facilities are also giving tax incentives. Unfortunately, Texas does not have any incentives itself, but the Austin area of Texas does have some incentives, which are actually, in this case, being provided by the local power company. And this is according to Time magazine. So, because of these savings, you can actually see a good return on your investment fairly quickly. So let's recap real quickly the three different ways that essentially you're going to see a return on investment. Well, first off is the energy savings in the building itself by the reduction of the temperature. Secondly is the energy that is being produced by the solar panels themselves. And thirdly is the tax incentives. So how will this exactly benefit you? Well, because you'll be seeing reduced electricity bills, your effective cost in order to produce items will be much lower, and thus you'll be making more money, and your stockholders will be happier because of this. Also, some environmentalists will be more inclined to purchase your products, so your market share will likely go up slightly because of this. I hope that this encourages you to actually install solar panels in all of your future buildings as well as your remodelings. Thank you very much.